800-3391.
It's time for the Playmaker Spotlight with Executive Coach and Vistage Chair, Dick Smith.
Well, welcome once again to the Playmaker Spotlight, the part of Get Down to Business, where we speak to CEOs, business owners, and share their stories and best practices with you, our listeners. Playmakers is brought to you in part by Vistage, the world's largest CEO advisory board organization. I'm your host, Dick Smith, the CEO business coach, and I'm an award-winning chair for Vistage International, come to think of it. A little plug for myself. Hey, I'm thrilled tonight to have as our guest on a program, a guy whose restaurant I know pretty well because I've been in his Westmont restaurant a number of times enjoying the facilities. Scott Ward, he's president of Tap House Grills Management Group. That's Tap House Grills Management Group, headquartered in Palatine. And let me read a little something from their website. Made from scratch, addictive food, creative brews, and great times. I like that. The dreams of delicious food and exceptional beer, became a reality in November 2006 when the first Tap House Grill opened in St. Charles, Illinois. Tap House Grill currently operates a number of locations in suburban Chicagoland, and I'll let Scott point out where they're at. Scott Ward, president of Tap House Management Grills. Welcome to Playmaker, Scott.
Thanks for having me, Dick.
Hey, what is Tap House Grills management story, the CNN version? How did you guys get started? Why? I know you came from a number of great organizations. Bar Louie, I think you were.
Correct. I was the chief operating officer with Bar Louie. Took that brand from one location back in 1998. We grew it to 50. Sold it to Sun Capital Group. My partner, Mark Zick, was a regional manager, opened 20, 30 stores with me throughout the United States. And during our tenure, I saw an end to my life with Bar Louie and saw the boom in the craft beer. And I wanted to take something similarly situated and kind of do our own thing. Grabbed him one day and say, hey, I want to hatch a plan. That was in 2005, and then in 2006 became a reality. Good
for you. And how many restaurants do you currently operate in the Chicagoland area?
We operate 7 locations. Most recently, we opened up the Palatine location, 10,000 square feet. We put our office in there, so I'm right next to it, so we can do a lot of R&D in the kitchen and behind the bar. Stores in Des Plaines, Lamont, Westmont, our number 3 location, Oswego, Plainfield, St. Charles.
Good. And, of course, many of our listeners probably have enjoyed dining in one of your establishments, but those are the cities you're currently in. Tell us about, is there a new one that's underway?
We're going to do a brewery in Lincolnshire, the old Flatlanders location at Half Day in Milwaukee. It's going to be called Half Day Brewing Company. We're going to keep it separate from the Tap House brand, brew our own beer, and then supply the half-day beer, 2 or 3 lines to all the locations as we begin to franchise throughout the Midwest and the United States. We'll be able to have our half-day beer delivered throughout the United States at those locations.
Terrific. I know a lot of our Northsiders know that location where Flatlanders was, so that's great. When does that open?
Halloween-ish, November. We just submitted the plans yesterday.
Gotcha.
So construction will start in August.
Good for you. Now, I also understand in talking to you that you've had so much success, you guys are actually thinking about going into franchising?
Yes. I did franchising with Bar Louie, and that helped them sell that brand in 2010. We reached out to a company called iFranchise Group. They're out of Homewood. They're one of the largest, most successful franchise groups in the United States. Got a deal with them. Also hired on a company called Franchise Dynamics. They're going to help sell the locations nationally. We are registered in the 4 Midwestern states.
So which states will you be franchising?
Initially,
Illinois?
She's going to start in Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Indiana. Keep it within a 3-4 hour drive so we have kind of control over the growth. And as we learn the franchising end of it, and then we'll go in concentric circles after that.
Gotcha. So how do you differentiate your great restaurants? Obviously, the experience, the products, the services, the food. I think the Westmont location, which is the only one I've been to, is a great example. I like going there. It's great atmosphere. Tell me, what is it about your restaurant that would, you hope, draw the right kind of person, and who is that person you're looking to draw?
Well, we'll start with it's the food. addictive food. We've created this kind of goofy culture where people are fanatics about our drunken shrimp. They're fanatics about our deep-fried bacon. And everything's from scratch and with a kind of a craft beer, twist to it. So we'll add different beers to the recipes, and that's where it starts. There's obviously a lot of moving parts in the restaurant business, as you know, with the service. All our staff is Cicerone level 1 trained, so they know the knowledge. Then they become fanatics about the beer, and it creates this kind of crazy culture of beer and food, and it's been very successful, for us.
Yeah, it's great when you can sit down and take the waitresses or waiters' word for what's good, and they're very knowledgeable, and it's not just, what do you want?
Yeah, they've taught me a lot about, right? I thought I knew a lot about beer, and they're telling me new things about beer.
Great. Hey, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Get Down to Business Playmaker Spotlight, which is brought to you in part by Vistage International, the world's largest CEO and business owner private advisory board organization. And we're talking to Scott Ward, president of Tap House Grills Management Group. So how would you describe your company culture at Tap House Grills?
At the management and the employee level, it's about accountability at all levels and creativity. Try to hire good people, train them, give them the tools to do the job, and get the heck out of their way. Let them do the job. Good for you.
So they have you're looking for people, I would guess, with a mission of service that really enjoy serving people and making them feel happy and welcome.
Passion. We want people that have a passion for beer and food, and then we can give them the tools and teach them how to do the job.
Is it hard to find those people, or are they knocking on your door?
Absolutely difficult. It's especially as the economy is starting to improve, the talent levels are shrinking out there, and we've even hired on a company called McWaig, and we're going through personality profiling testing, kind of help us quickly line up proper people to bring onto our company.
Sure. So you're actually doing some behavioral testing to find what are you looking for in that regard? I mean, the DISC profile, DISC,
right?
Which is, one of the profiling vehicles. A lot of people.
Most of them are A1, like myself. Energetic, creative, be able to follow the rules.
Entertaining?
Absolutely entertaining. And again, and be engaged, the managers, the employees, and we have to engage with our customers.
And so where are you finding these people? Are you typically just putting the ads in Career Builders and whatever? Do you have a unique way?
We use a company called Zippy. And they use all the different, they pull from all the different websites out there, whether it's Craigslist or local ads, and then they funnel the people to us, and then we'll do the testing and do the interviews. So that's kind of helped speed things up a little bit.
Gotcha. So restaurant industry, like anyone else, you're always looking at change. You're probably a change agent yourself. Where's the restaurant industry going? And you consider yourself casual dining? Is that the category in which you're
Absolutely. We are casual dining. Craft beer now is what I remember as wine of the 90s when I ran the Saloon Steakhouse. I don't see that stopping. I see it plateauing in the next 5 to 10 years. But with all the, we're opening up a brewery. Breweries are opening up all over the United States at an alarming rate. I don't see that stopping. The Food Network now, and people are so into food now. I think the restaurant industry continue to grow. Our segment's going to continue to grow. But you have to change, adapt, or die, and it's an always evolving. We change our menu twice a year and try to come up with new things, and I love watching Guy Fieri and getting ideas from his TV shows and stuff because that's what people love. Good for you. So where are you guys 3 to 5 years from now? How many stores, how many franchise operations? What's your vision? Do you have one at this point? Yes, absolutely. Organically, we'll do a couple more Tap House Grills in the Chicagoland market. We'll probably seed a couple states as we do the franchising. Our franchise dynamics, their roadmap for us is 100 units sold after 5 years. Wow. So there's a lot of infrastructure, between now and then. Sure. Mark and I are looking at doing a couple other brands, because there's going to be an end game 57 now, to move on. So
that sounds exciting. I wish we had more time to talk about that end game and where things are going. But, hey, we're just about out of time. I want to thank Scott Ward, the president of Tap House Grills Management, for being with us today. And they get a hold of you, your website, www.taphousegrills.com. Is that the best way?
Absolutely.
Okay, terrific. Scott, thanks again for being with us. I'd like to thank our listeners for tuning in. This has been the Playmaker segment of the Get Down to Business radio show. I'm your host, Dick Smith. Once again, award-winning chair for Vistage International and CEO Business Coach. You can find me on LinkedIn or email me at dick.smith@vistagechair.com. Stay tuned now for more of my friend Shalom Klein and the Get Down to Business radio show.
This election